Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day, and hopefully they don't need that part. I don't think they do. This is my 2002 7.3 diesel. Just want to show you a couple little upgrades on it, take you for a ride, and it sounds pretty dang cool, and it's got considerably more power. And the fuel economy is where I want it now. I'm getting about 17 miles to the gallon, as long as you stay out of it. But AFE is cold air intake system. I got the AFE manifold, and I think these are called down tubes, I believe. What else is here? The ATS turbo housing that's ported, and of course there's a wicked wheel inside there. Now check this out, I'm in no way a diesel mechanic, no way whatsoever. I don't know, I know very little about them. I know I like them because their diesel trucks are nice to have to pull in heavy loads. I think they sound good. Do a few upgrades to them. They got plenty of power, so I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your diesel truck. You do whatever the heck you want to do with it. I'm just kind of showing you some results from mine, that's all. But anyway, hopefully you can hear the turbo in here, because it's nice and has a real nice whistle to it now. So I'm gonna take you down the road, but I'm gonna cover you up out of respect for my neighbors, because you don't need to be seeing their addresses, right? Alright, so back up here at the main highway, and I've got it on the 100 horsepower performance tune right now. I've got an 80 horsepower daily driver, and I've got a 60 horsepower tow, and I've got the decel tune on the way. It's kind of like a Jake brake. About half throttle. Yeah, it's a big difference today. Big. I just got the turbo tubes or down tubes or whatever you call them, and that the manifold and the turbo housing, the ported turbo housing, and the wicked wheel, I just got all that put on yesterday. I've had the tune and the cold air intake and my 4-inch exhaust for almost since I owned the truck. So I've been using that for a little while, but I just added these other upgrades, and it made a pretty big difference in it. And one thing I don't like about the diesel is all that smoke that comes out the tailpipe. I can't stand it. I know that a lot of folks build their truck where they will smoke like that, and I can't stand it like that. So I'm real cautious. If I'm going to kick it, I try to make sure nobody's on the right side, because it does blow a little bit of dark smoke out. Not a ton, just a little bit. So I'm just anal about who I flood smoke down with smoke. I just don't want to do that, for sure. Alright, there's nobody behind me. My brother's a highway patrolman. He'd kick my butt if he knew I was doing this. I'm gonna stop right here in the road. I'm gonna see if I can't let you see that. And nobody's coming. And here we go. Oh, it's still spinning. Good job. That's, man, I'm telling you, it's made a big difference in this truck. Very deep. I actually wasn't expecting it to break loose like that. Definitely got more power. And I've got, I know there's a big Ford, Chevy, you know, Fight or whatever, kind of like the Tar Heel Duke thing. And I just grew up like Fords. There's nothing wrong with Chevrolet. If you want to buy a Chevrolet, buy them. But I'll crack on Chevys every now and then. It's just all in fun. I can care less what you drive. I just like my Ford trucks, and I'm a big fan of the 7.3. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 7.3s, I think. And I got a 6.4 and a Zuzu. 6.4 is crap. But I like the 7.3, and that's why for my personal truck, I went hunting for one with real low miles and found this. It's got like 89,000 on it now. I have very little trouble out of them. They last forever, and they're just a great truck. They're not terribly expensive to work on when you have to do something to them, unless you dig into the injectors and stuff like that. Then that stuff costs quite a bit of money. But just basic routine maintenance on them, they're not expensive at all. Every time I change the oil, I change the fuel filter. That's in all my work trucks and my personal truck. It's just a standard that I have, that we simply spend the extra money, change the fuel filter every single time we change the oil. My pickup truck, you see me driving, that white pickup truck, it's got about 200,000 on it, and I'm not sweating that, because those motors, man, I go it easily. I really feel like I can push it to 500,000, and when I get to 500,000, then I'll start looking for a new truck. Oh, and something else I got put on this truck yesterday was a new set of brakes. I can't, dang it, Pro Performance or something. I should have looked on the book so I could tell you accurately, but I have no clue what the name of that brake is. Let's see how they work. Yeah, it ain't bad. Hill, and I'm not gonna do this because that was probably a little unsafe. I'm sure I'll get some good comments on that. Because I used to do a buttload of drag racing, street drag racing when I was younger. I even kind of got a reputation about it, a pretty good reputation that stuck with me until now. So I'm no stranger to speed. Of course, I don't dare advocate that now because my life is completely and totally different because of the gospel. But that was a pretty good little thrill right there. It jumps on up to 90 pretty fast. So again, I'm no diesel mechanic. I like my 7.3 diesels. I love them. And somebody might have one, be trying to think about what they want to do to it to pep it up a little bit. I'm by no means trying to make a dragster out of this truck. Okay, I just want a truck that gets better fuel mileage. That's the main reason I've done the add-ons. And I have a little bit more horsepower to kind of play around with every now and then. So there you go. It's a 4-inch exhaust, the cold air intake, the DT tuner from Jody Tipton, I think is Mr. Jody's last name, DT Performance or something like that. and I got the AFE manifold, the down tubes, and what was that, an NTS turbo housing, and it's been ported and polished and cleaned up and all that, so the air flows better. And a wicked wheel, so it's not a tremendous amount of work done to it, but it's a little bit done, and I like it. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video. Something different. Honestly, I get a little, not really burnt out, but I feel like I don't even know how to word that. I actually like making videos on a few other things, like a truck. It ain't got to be all about a yard or stuff like that. I got plenty of yard videos coming up. Trust me, I have plenty of yard videos coming up. So if you're wanting a yard video, got a truck video, sorry about that. Y'all have a good day. Check you later.